Okay, we're off. We're off and running on a Sunday night in the UK, Monday morning in Australia. I actually really like. I wish we could keep on this time zone. The 10 hours is nice and easy for my brain. We've just got changes over here now because half of the country likes daylight saving and half doesn't. So we have different time zones here as well. So it gets very complicated. That's why sometimes you'll see me just say, see you in half an hour. It's much easier. Oh, okay. Okay, so let's go. I've been looking at your Chasing the Sun promotion with the help of Sophie here, and just really thinking about, you have right through till December for your promotion. Ours is at the pointy end, and Jen's going to talk about that in a minute because it's something that we were talking about on our other call last night, and it's so important that you watch your numbers right through these promotions and just keep an eye on it. One of the things that I love most about Isagenix is, as you know, I've been with a number of different companies over the years, and many of them will have about 4 or 5 things happening at the same time, including their compensation plan, and they all go in different directions. So one's heading this way, one's heading that way, getting you thinking about different things. And one thing that Isagenix do brilliantly, and they've done it universally since I began and before, is that they do everything that aligns with each other. So as Zach Sloban would say, if you just run your business the way you want to run it and continue to do the things that we need to do by supporting people, helping people get on their own health and wellness journey and helping them succeed and then helping them share with others, then you will succeed at these promotions. So it's really important that you stay on track with what you're doing. And this is brilliant the way it works. And you have right through till December. So I can't impress on you that don't be fearful of looking at your chart, looking at what your numbers are, looking at how many lives you need to change between now and December to be on that plane, to be booked in and going for that wonderful holiday to Tenerife. And more importantly, it's the people that you're going to be hanging with, which is going to be so exciting, not only with each other. And over the last 24 hours, I've really realized how strong this community is that we've created. It's just amazing. You guys are all incredible, but you're going to be able to hang out together in a place and be treated like royalty. Jen, how do they treat people on these trips?
Mind-blowing. My reminders came up this weekend. This weekend 4 years ago, we were in Paris for a competition, and they flew us business class to Paris and closed down the Museum d'Orsay, and we had a private cocktail party and wander through that art gallery. Like the things they do will blow your brain. I don't lost count how many trips I've won, but seriously, you want to be on these trips. They get that we'll work this business better the more we feel confident and loved and supported, kind of thing. So instead of them spending money on advertising, they spend the money on us and keep us raving fans. That's it. So the products work. They're doing everything to try and improve that. The incentive trips, I talked to Kathy Coover at length about it, kind of like why they do this kind of thing, because they really spend an insane amount of money. And she said, this is our advertising. This is it. People will remember, you can give anyone a money bonus, but people remember an experience and they'll share that experience more. And that's their advertising. As these trips, they reward the people who are doing the work, and that's the way they do their advertising. But you have no idea how cool shit is until you get to go on these trips. Doesn't matter what the trip is. I don't know how many of these trips I've cried on just in gratitude. I've never been so spoiled and loved on in my life as I have on these trips. So yeah, you really want to play, but play at the start. Play now. You don't want to be trying to chase it at the pointy end. I promise that's just not so much fun. Be doing the work now.
Absolutely. And that work doubles as you do it now, because you introduce someone now who you can then play with, and you could work with them on qualifying. But so that's one part. And the other part is that as you help them grow their business, whether they're coming on the trip or not, that is going to be helping you get there. So it's so cleverly designed. And Jen, wouldn't it be cool if we could go on one where these guys were there too and we were there? Maybe that would happen one of these days.
Well, they can. Global top achievers. Absolutely.
Oh,
yeah. You can.
Absolutely.
All you guys can grow your businesses and qualify for global top achievers, because they run that nowadays. Each country does its own version of like peak performers.
Yeah.
But they absolutely are doing a global trip nowadays. So yeah, totally. Everyone can.
So pretty cool. Really, really cool. And, you know, I know that looking at talking to, there's been so much activity out there, talking to new people and reaching out. And, you know, Jen, you've just finished a trip around New South Wales. And, you know, while you've been doing that, you've been also reaching out to people, talking to people, connecting with people, and managing to share your wisdom with people in the evenings, play in the day, and do all of that. So would you like to just share a bit how you do that, and also how you, you know, connect so naturally?
The other thing is I've just been doing it longer than you guys, so I've just screwed it up more and then just kept going. But I still managed to do an enrollment last week and create a new consultant. Jinhee, my girl in Korea, she went consultant last week. She's been on the program about 10 days. I've just learned that I just do the same disciplines every single day, no matter where I am. So if I'm out and about and talking to people who are just cool, usual story, you know, whether I say that you're too cool to be working here or whatever it is, that's it. And then I'm disciplined and do the follow-up. So when we did the meeting in, pick a city, the Northern Beaches with Heather the other week, that guy who was the manager of the club, and I just looked at, you know, did the "you're too cool to be working here," and it turns out he's a friend with Heidi McCallum, and he's looked at Isagenix before, and he's doing keto, and he's tired. His son's diabetic. He knows that ketosis is no good from his son being diabetic, and yet he's doing a frigging keto diet. And it's like, he goes, yeah, but I don't want Isagenix, and he said, well, I'm not going to fucking send you information. And I actually said it like that, because I'd talked to him, you know, within those few minutes, bantered that I could get away with saying that. And he went, no, send it to me. Anyway, I've sent him information, and he's come back going, yeah, I'm not interested. And I went, fantastic. But you know what? It was another one. It was just another conversation. His brain is totally blocked on Isagenix, and yet he's doing a diet lifestyle that he knows is dangerous to health, because he's got a diabetic son that he knows what goes wrong when he goes into ketosis. You can't help everyone. You can't. But the discipline was, I talked to someone within 2 days. I didn't do it that night, because that's the weird chasing them thing. Within 2 days, you know, I did it when I met him. I got his details. I emailed it to myself. I set a reminder in my phone straight away. And 2 days later, I sent him a message and said, hey, Wes, promised to send you some information. Here's the information. Here's a couple of links to check out. And I just do it. And I do that stuff every day before I do the fun stuff in life. It's just a discipline. That's it. And I promise it's that an hour's work amongst your day as a priority over the doing the housework and doing the other things that will put the money in your bank. It's just a discipline. How bad do you want it? I promise it's worth making it a priority. I work this part-time, but with a very much full-time mentality in my pieces of part-time. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's been made so easy for us now because we have so many really good templates. And, you know, for me personally, I'm working with a couple of different ones at the moment. So having printed off my Facebook list and going through that, and I'm going through that in two different ways. One, I have it hard copy. So, and I have it sorted by years. So it's nice and easy, and I can just pick up, you know, on a particular time. And the other thing is, if I suddenly think of an event where I met someone, I can look at the date of that event and go back and find that too. So, and find the people, because they're all in order. So I'm using that and finding that brilliant. And at the same time, I'm still using the search engine on Facebook where you can put my friends in the UK. And up comes all of the people in the UK, and you can actually zone down even closer than that into towns, cities, and it's a little bit, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. The majority of time it does. And I've been using my UK list when I'm sending messages out at unusual times, because I know they're going to hit the UK at the right time. So I watch the time zone, and this is something really important, that you watch the time zone when a message hits people, because if it hits them at sort of 11 o'clock at night, one, they're not going to watch it, they may miss it the next day, and also they think you're crazy for working at that time of night. They don't know that you might have been out playing all day and you've done your pocket of time at between 10 and 11. So do watch what time you send people messages, particularly if they're Facebook messages are one thing. I think personal messages on their phones, definitely have to be really careful, because people's phones buzz and all that kind of thing. So they're the two methods, and also the two different messages are, I'm using the one where I'm asking them to share my story, and that's working really well to get conversation going with people. And the other one is we're starting a reboot. I've been doing a reboot this month, have been having great success. This program's super easy. And who do you know who would be interested in giving it a go? Or sometimes it's just the direct approach. We've talked for a while. Why don't you give it a go now? Is the time right now? And it's just about timing and when people drop in. So I popped on the message chat that you had both of us on the call tonight, and who has a question that they would like to ask Jen or I. So either unmute yourselves and ask a question or something that you'd like us to talk about, or pop it in the chat. And Sophie's just put, similar to my Uber driver last night. Cool. So you had a good chat with your Uber driver last night, so.
Yeah, no, I'd having bombed around London yesterday building my confidence, I decided to get an Uber driver back to Paddington, because you've got units 1-on-1, isn't it? Lovely guy, and from Greece. And it's amazing how when you start putting yourself out there and your vibe's right, people bizarrely open their mouth and start talking about their diets. I mean, I don't know what it is anyway. But anyway, no, bless him. And he was talking about, feeling tired all the time and blah, blah, blah. And I said, I've joined up many years ago, 18 months ago, and feel amazing and been bombing around London. Would you be open to me chatting to you about it? Found out he was on Facebook, all terrific. Found out a lot about him, and, he's over here working because, life's terrible in Greece, bless their hearts. And it was interesting that we got to the stage where he obviously, again, there is that element that it was very new to him, and he's very new to this country, and he just said, I'll look you up on the net, yes, I can join you on Facebook, but, he obviously wasn't that keen. So I just backed off a bit, and I think it's then knowing when to back off and when to go in, but it's telling the isogenic story. And, as we've been doing our leadership, you need to tell the isogenic story all the time, every day, because you're passionate about it, and then people will pick up when they do. But I was really pleased that I got out of my comfort zone last night, just started a conversation with a lovely guy who is feeling quite isolated in England. And, if I've given him one ability to go and look something up, that's fantastic. But I wasn't going to freak him out by going, well, will you join me on Facebook? Because he said no. Do you know what I mean? But no, my comment was, before you said that, was in Chase the Sun, I know it says you can go to up the level of 4 PETs. Do you have to have gone the level of 4 PETs? Right, thank you, Jen. To qualify, you don't. You just need to get the points.
No,
but presumably more than 4.
All your points will accumulate to 4 PET.
Yes.
So you help someone who helps someone else. It's all BV that's going to help. It's the same as our competitions here. You want to.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's what I thought.
No, you don't have to, but you get paid that all those like that deep. So the competition's designed to help encourage you to build a deep team, because a deep team is stability. Yeah.
Well, that's where Terry Ann, who I met a couple of weeks ago at the David Wood thing. Terry Ann's, I mean, my God, that fair play to her, guys. To really celebrate someone, she's already there.
Yeah.
You know, she's already qualified, and she's on the start group trip to Machu Picchu. You know, and she's just, you know, but I love about this community, guys, that everybody celebrates everybody, irrelevant of the team they're in. Isn't that just lovely? Amazing.
Yeah, to learn from each other.
Yeah, exactly.
And she would just be doing more action. That's all it is, guys. That's how she's qualified already. She's just talking to more people. There's no tricks to this. We've got to talk to people, enough people to have the numbers pop out. That's it. Knowing that you'll really screw some of them up, which I still do. And it's okay. That's how we learn.
I just wanted to pop something in here, which is, well, firstly to say, you know, the people that you introduce now are going to have auto ships also in the competition time. So there's another way of accumulating points. So it's another way of you know, important to work early from this. And also within our team, Rachel, who's another one we should celebrate. So over here, she's already at the second level of our competition. So, you know, she's absolutely cracked it. And that's by, you know, genuinely, authentically talking to a lot of people and sharing with a lot of people. So so it's really exciting to have that example in there, and you know, she can share that on another call. But the thing I wanted to say is that Jen often puts in the Executives in Action group about different things that we need to go back and look at that are in there, videos and different links that you can look at. And there's one in there on health and wellness events by Tanya Kilpatrick. And so the other day when I was in Canberra, I was going for a run on my own, which is a bit of a luxury these days because I'm doing them so much with groups. And so I put that on, and oh my goodness, I just kept running because I wanted to listen right through till the end. It is absolutely brilliant. And I kicked myself for the amount of time it's taken me to listen to that. And I've modeled it, and I'm running a health and wellness event at my home on Wednesday evening. And the thing that came across to me so strongly about that was the community that her and her sister have created, where people just want to come along to these events and have such a good time. And it's that whole homely community. She really got that across. So I recommend that for you guys running your events, go to that, find it, listen to it. And she also really reinforces the duplicatability of it. 2 videos. Pick your video that you like the best for opening. She recommends the Discover Isagenix, the one, you'll know what I mean when you listen to it. And also the You Share, They Share when she gets to that point. And there's 2 of them, and they've got great banter off each other. So I'm going to do it with my neighbour Di on Wednesday night. So I just really, recommend that. And not only for that particular thing, but you know, if you're thinking, what do I want to listen to and what do I want to learn from, just go and look at the different videos that have been uploaded in Executives in Action. Anything else you'd like to add? You were there, Jen, live when they did that session.
Yeah, I was, absolutely. And I also videoed the piece on exactly what they say to invite people to their sip and samples. The exact words, duplicate the exact words, guys, they work. Yep. Yes, that one, her and her sister Trudy, they bounce off each other and say, okay, this is what we say and this is why we say it. So it was done as a really cool training piece 2 years ago. So yeah, really worth checking out.
Yeah. And me watching that came from, Jen, and again, the generosity of this company. Jen was able to organise a call with us with Trudy the other day. And that was just like, that just worked, didn't it, Jen?
It did. So I said to Kathy Coover, who's the best person to talk to, who's, come out of Party Plan and been able to crank it, because that's where Rachel has. And she said, well, Trudy Maples. And she just gave me Trudy's number, and I was able to set up the call. And I just said, Trudy, don't know you, but, Kathy said to call you. And she went, yep, cool. We set up a time for like 2 days' time, and it was done. and she gave us, gosh, nearly an hour of her time.
Yeah.
Which is like, this is crazy how everybody helps each other so much. That's it. And I just want to say, there's actually everything you need to know on how to build this business is between isagenixbusiness.com and the execs group. There really is everything. And I talked about it on the team last night. It's just about, no, not your call. After that, I got on a call to Morgan's team. It's just about having the courage to just have the conversations, guys. That's it. You won't get the confidence until you have the courage. You've got to have the conversations to get the courage. To get, fuck. You've got to have the courage to get to do the conversations, because you actually all already have enough skills. You know all of this. We've given you exactly the templates. Copy this, send it to these people. It's the courage to push send, knowing that if they say no, you just go, okay, cool. Same as that guy West the other night. Okay, cool. I have no energy on it. No rejection, no fear. It's just like, I just send it, because you never know when someone's going to pop into that, into that groove that they're open and ready. And if they're not, don't make them wrong. But it's not how long you've been in this business. The young chick that Sophie, who's rocking it, it's how many conversations you have, not how long you've been in the business. That's it. You want to go executive, it's 500 conversations to get 50 enrollments, to get 10 consultants. That's it. Just have the conversations and don't, can't say don't be scared of it. You're going to be scared because we're learning a new skill. Like, how scared were you when you started to learn a push? Like, I still can't ride a push bike. I've shared that story. I can't ride a push bike. I never learned to ride a push bike as a kid. I've tried to get on as an adult, and it's hilarious. I was never taught how to ride a push bike, and I've just scared and got on it. And the last time I did it was in Taiwan. And honestly, I fell off just as fast and knocked over the 100 bikes that were sitting next to me. My translator in Taiwan had the best laugh. I've never been taught to ride a push bike. But you know what? I got on and fucked it up so bad, and then wobbled down the street. And then she wanted to go out in the traffic, and I went, oh, no, way too scary. Like, I'm not going on a push bike near cars. And it's stupid, at 57, I still can't ride a push bike because I've not been taught. But you still got to get on the bike. That's all this is. Be scared and still just give it a crack, guys. Because if you don't have the conversations, you won't build this business. Just doing fancy Facebook posts will not do it. At some stage, you've got to just say, this is what I've tried. You can try it too. And if you don't like it, you get your money back. Nothing new to learn.
And you learn something new about someone every day, because I never knew that about you and push bikes, and I am exactly the same. So I biked around Central Park with Neil because I just had to. I had to do it, but I was terrified the whole way, especially on the downhill. Anything downhill terrifies me because I think I'm going to lose control. I'll tell you another story about that one day about biking. So I was thinking as you're talking, Jen, about the time it takes with people. And, this is, I think, such the important message is that one of the reasons that you have to have so many conversations is that if you're weird and move it too fast, then that's when we lose people. But if you take your time, they naturally drop in. Jen is going to meet a girl tonight who worked for me when I was in recruitment in Sydney. She's the most beautiful girl, and over the last few years we've reconnected. I've kept in touch with her, and she's disappeared off the planet every now and then, and I've wondered, I haven't heard back from her. And then our conversations have become a little bit more and more conversations. She's tried to get along to a couple of events recently, but the other day she just sent me a message saying, I'm feeling a bit stressed at the moment. I think I need to do meditation, and I think you're the woman I need to talk to. I'm like, whoa, okay. And we started having a conversation about that, about how she, I didn't even have many words actually. All I did was sent her a link, and also said to her, why don't you hop along to this event tonight? And then popped her in the chat. And, when you're sending someone to an event that you're not going to be at, I always put them in a chat with that person because I want them to feel totally connected and totally comfortable rocking up to that event. I've got more of a chance of them turning up if they've already had a chat with a couple of people who are there. So she's now in a chat with Jen, and fingers crossed, you know, you will meet the beautiful Ellie tonight, Jen. So it's just a matter of keeping on. Okay, so questions. Any others that you've got? Haley, I'm adoring your lives. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, same. You've created, like, you're getting like more likes and more views on your videos all the time. It's just growing. It really is. So just a real quick question with that. So anyone who likes and comments on it, you send them a personal message and have a conversation?
Yeah. So that's I've started conversations with lots more people just off the back of just saying, oh, do you want me to share the recipe? How's it all going? Thank you for liking my post. And yeah, it's good. Thank you for the idea.
No, that's all right. Thank you for being open and to try the idea. And I love that you've included girls. That's relatable.
They won't be left out. I can't not do it without them. So
but that's really cool, and that'll duplicate down to other people as they start coming on. So that's really cool.
Yeah, thank you.
That's all right. Thanks for being open.
That's awesome. And one other thing I'd like to say, and this is something that I think is so important, is that when we show up is being so confident in ourselves about what this program has done for us and the changes that it has made. Because the more confident and congruent you are about what you're saying, then people are just going to get it. So, you know, when people say, how are you? I'm brilliant. And, you know, bring it up a notch. If it's not quite there enough, then, you know, just imagine turning up the dial, turn it up a bit, because people will then react to that, and they will want to know more because of, you know, your Sophie just put here, you know, I just saw the word passion and I saw about Haley. Absolutely. You see more of the passion, and the more you see it, the more you want to know more, and that draws people in.
I just want to say too, with that, you don't have to be the loud in your face kind of person like, yeah, I'm so good. If that's not you, be congruent. It's a grounded certainty. Like, I just feel so good today. It doesn't have to be a rah-rah-y version. So when Heather's saying turn it up, it's not like, that's not what it is. You can say, I am excellent, and it's a certainty that they feel. That's what it is. So don't think you have to be loud and all that kind of shit. You know, if you're not that kind of person, be you. But they'll feel it in your vibe. That's it. So, you know, just practice. And the habit is people say, hey, yeah, I'm good. You feel better than good. Be descriptive. Share how you really feel. Yeah, I'm really excited. Why? Don't say, I'm really excited because this and this. I'm really excited. Why? Because I just feel so good today. I slept so good. My energy is just awesome. Really, I just feel fabulous. And then you shut up. And they'll either lean in or they won't. If they lean in and go, wow, I haven't felt fabulous for ages. But, you know, be more descriptive when, and I'm the queen of just thinking in bullet points, but I've learned to describe how I feel and do stuff. And it makes a difference. That's it. Yeah, be the vibe that you feel. You don't have to be rah-rah, I promise. The quietest person, you know, Lynn Hagedorn is a white. She's the quietest person on the planet, but her sense of certainty is absolute. And that's why she's the #1 income earner in our company. She only earns $3.5 million a year. You know, and she's quiet. So I promise you don't have to be rah-rah to succeed at this.
Okay, guys, we're on 7:30. The message from tonight is do the numbers. You have the scripts. You have Jen and I and each other here. You've started now doing 3-way calls together. Keep doing that. Keep in contact with each other. Keep working together as a team. You have an awesome celebration. Well done on stepping up and creating tables for the gala event. That's fantastic. And you have a Chase the Sun competition that all can get into. And Jen, as the final word, I really wanted you to say that piece about just keep on going right till the end.
Yeah, so really simple. I remember on a call with Nat Cook a while ago, and I've loaded it at different times in the execs group, so you can watch it if you search Nat Cook, about going crystal executive. Is that people, runners, if they're running 100 Olympians, they're running a 100-meter race. They never run a 100-meter race. They run a 110-meter race. They run past the goal. So, you could be sitting there already thinking, oh, this competition's been running for a few weeks. I'm not going to make it, and given up. Nope. The race is 110 meters. You run past the goal. You play it all the way to the end, and you keep playing right the way past it. That's how you win it. And it's like how you do one thing's how you do everything. Do you give up on yourself in your other goals in other parts of your life? Time to just change that. They're just habits. You can do this. You can all still win this trip, and I promise you will. You won't even thank us. It's too big of words to say thank you for pushing me or to guide me to do it. We can guide you and teach you stuff as much, but you have to drive your own business. We cannot do the conversations for you. We will so help you with the conversations, but you've got to do it. How bad do you want this? That's it.
On that note, good night, everybody. Talk to you during the week. See ya. Bye.
Night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.